This is the MTA defunct train lines tier list. Let's get started. Hope you enjoy the video.
This is the discontinued train lines tier list. Let's get started. So, we're starting with the 9 train. The 9 train goes straight to D tier. It was like a skip stop service, but I didn't really see the point of it. Like, it went express for a few stops and then started going local. Like, we don't need express service for the 1 train, because we already know that the 1 train goes a lot of blocks. I mean, yeah, it's a train, but buses are supposed to serve like 2 to 4 blocks, and trains are supposed to serve like more than that. But what was the whole point of this if it's just gonna keep going local further? So it's going straight to D tier. It caused harm. It caused way more harm than it was supposed to. It was made for benefits, but it didn't benefit anything. Now the 8. It went from like 3rd Avenue to Gun Hill Road. It was pretty useful. It was like when the 5 train was in a service. Well, I'm not sure if the 5 train was... Well, it was there, but I don't really see the point of it because it goes to B tier. It was kind of useful. It was like there when service wasn't there for like the 5 train or something, but it goes to B tier. It wasn't really too useful, but I could see the point of it. So yeah, I see the point of it. Like, it was trying to improve the service, but it didn't really improve anything. It's like the 9 train, but it didn't cause any harm. And it only ran for like less than 20 years. And yeah, like 1955 to 1973, I think, is when the 8 train was running. So yeah, it goes to B tier. It doesn't deserve S or A tier because it wasn't useful. It was, but like, it wasn't really used that much. So yeah, now the H. The H was basically the Rockaway Park shuttle. Before it was the shuttle, before it got the S train bullet. It's easily going to S tier because, you know, it literally served the Rockaways, and you didn't really have transportation around like that part of Queens. Well, apart from the LIRR, but I mean, it was really useful. It's a shuttle. You already know I put shuttles in S tier for obvious reasons. They're literally super useful for people trying to get across. So, you know, it's going straight to S tier. It's literally part of Rockaways. You have to like appreciate it. It's super useful. Come on, like, it serves parts of Queens that is hard to access. So, you know, I'm gonna put that in S tier. Like, it's super useful, especially in the time it was running. So yeah, it's going to S tier. Now, sorry, I just had to clear my throat because, dang it. So yeah, as you know, I put that in S tier. So now we're gonna do the V. The V goes in A tier. The V, like, it was fine. I mean, it served like, it was basically the F train, but it didn't go to Brooklyn. It was like 2nd Avenue to Forest Hills, I think. Yeah, and I mean, we already had, at that time, we had like the R, G, M. Well, not M. The M didn't even exist yet. Like the V, F, R, and G, I think. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, all those lines already went to Forest Hills. And 2nd Avenue, you didn't really, well, you did get that service. But, you know, the V train caused some delays sometimes because it had like a whole different track. That's why you see like 4 tracks at 2nd Avenue, because that's where the V train used to stop at. And I think due to budget cuts, it had to get discontinued, and then they introduced the M train, not being the brown M anymore. I feel like it's a better service than the V train because, you know, you already had the F train. So it was actually kind of useful. It's going A tier. It's not perfect because you already know there's a lot of service. And you know Queens Boulevard is just a crazy, crazy line. Like, whew. But it's still worth it. It's going to A tier. The V train, I don't have any beef with it. But, you know, it wasn't really anything special. Well, it doesn't have to be special, it just has to be pretty useful. It just has to be useful, you know? Like, yeah. So now, the K, the K, the K, it will go in, I'm not sure, probably like A tier or B tier. Like actually A tier, yeah, A tier. It goes at A tier because it's basically the C and E train, but you didn't have the C train yet. It was like the A, K, and then the E, I think. The K, it went from World Trade Center to 168th Street, you know, like it was kind of useful because you didn't have the C train yet, and it didn't go to Washington Heights yet, so you know, you needed that service. And I know it was like 57th Street to like Jamaica 179th Street, I think, or 69th Street. That was like the K before it was on World Trade Center. And the M, the brown M, it goes in B tier. I don't know what to say. Like the M train, the brown M train, it wasn't really useful. It only went to Bay Parkway, and I'm not sure where it went after that. I think it terminated in Queens. Yeah, you didn't really, or probably was just like all Brooklyn service, but you know, Uri had service, like there was a lot of lines that Uri went to Bay Parkway. You know, you have the F, the N, the D, the Q, B, like, you know, Uri had those lines. Well, I'm not sure if it was like still running at that time, but you know, like Uri had most service across Bay Parkway and stuff. It was fine, you know, like I didn't actually get to experience that line, but the service now is just way better because you actually get more service between like Brooklyn and Queens now, even though Queens Boulevard is like a crazy line. But you know, it's fine. It's nothing like crazy. I'm not just gonna be on the lines like always saying, oh, it has to be useful like this or that, because it has to be useful, you know, like it's a train line. Like of course it's gonna have to be useful for it to actually work, because you know, it's not like, just like think of the 9 train. Like it was terrible. It caused more harm than good, and there was really no point of it. So yeah, just think of that basically, because the 9 train, it just didn't have a point, because you know, the 1 train went across so much blocks and like almost made a whole freaking mile going across. So think of that. The brown M train was something, I guess, but you know, it's not like something you really need, because you know, there's a lot of services, just like I said before. So I don't really feel like it's a line that you need to be so excited about. I mean, people did use it, but look at the G train. It has way more riders shipped than that. I think the M train only had like 1,000 daily. That is a big number, but you know, it's not anything special, because you know the other lines. You already know from my most used subway line series, I was talking about like the ridership was very high on the other lines. Thank you for the support on that journey. But yeah, this is the tier list video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Safe travels, and have a good day. See you next time.